Hello and welcome to the myEnergiRaven walkthrough video for RavenBuildings. In this video, we will be addressing the following key features of myEnergiRaven. Introduction to myEnergiRaven. Overview of building portfolio performance. Benchmarking a building portfolio. Alarms and calls to action. Plant room delta T analysis. And environmental reporting. myEnergiRaven is an energy monitoring, optimization and management platform for buildings. It is designed to help cut energy waste in commercial and multi-residential buildings. Data is delivered to the platform by automatic meter readings, or AMR, which comprise the building's utilities: electricity, gas, heat, and water. Upon entering the platform, you can see that we have organized our portfolio by type. Let's take a look at the schools in the Raven demo. We have 8 schools in this section. The dashboard gives us a quick overview of the energy performance of all the schools in our portfolio. With these graphs, we can compare our total energy consumption this year to last year in either cost or CO2. The CO2 view is typically more useful as it is unaffected by energy prices. Here, we can also drill down into our key energy sources: heat, water, and electricity. Gas is not included in this view, as we know that the majority of gas in commercial buildings is consumed as heat. Once again, we can compare our performance this year with last year, and further back if desired. Much of the energy wasted in buildings occurs when they are unoccupied, often due to human intervention and poor management of controls and services. Standby consumption shows us which services are being used outside of the building's operational hours, and is represented as a percentage and a cost, so we can get a feel for how much energy waste is costing us. Whilst you might expect a small amount of heat and electricity consumption out of hours, there should never be any water consumed. Min and max consumption shows us exactly how much energy is being used throughout the day and how much this costs us. Using this map, we can very quickly determine where our energy is being wasted. If we want to find out more about how exactly we are using the energy in our buildings, we can view this in the consumption module. Here we can view the energy consumption of specific buildings on a monthly, weekly, daily and hourly basis. This helps us further identify patterns in consumption and may highlight where energy is being wasted. The industry benchmark compares the buildings within our portfolio to buildings of the same type that are also on the database. It therefore gives us an indication of how well our buildings are performing. Knowing the cost of our energy is a great motivator to improve our energy consumption. One of our biggest challenges with net zero is knowing where to start. By calculating a building's energy intensity in kilowatt hours per meter squared, we can get a good feel for its energy performance. Moreover, it helps us prioritize our activities by targeting and identifying the worst performing building. It is likely that the worst performing buildings are going to generate the best financial savings. For each meter in the system, we can set different alarms which alert users to issues with the performance of their buildings. For example, for water consumption, we could set an out-of-hours alarm, which might indicate a leak outside of operational hours. Or for a heating system, we could set a cooling alarm, which notifies you when the efficiency of your heating system is compromised. If an alarm is triggered, it will notify us by email or text message, but will also create an alarm on the dashboard. Users will see these alarms, as well as the associated cost of not addressing them, making it easy to prioritize remedial actions. Call to action notifies us of more general deviations in consumption based on a building's typical operation. This could be, for example, if our building has been consuming more heat than normal. Again, we can then prioritize any remedial actions based on the value of doing nothing. For the standby, min and max call to action, and alarm modules to work correctly, automatic meter readings are required as they deliver time-stamped data several times per hour. Understanding the performance of heating systems is going to be essential to achieving net zero. Using the delta T module, we can see how our building is using the heat that is being generated and identify inefficiencies. By interrogating a meter further, we can see the flow and return temperatures of the heating system, as well as the delta T of that system and the flow rate. In this case, we have an alarm on the delta T that will notify us if the return delta T drops below the acceptable level, indicating a problem in the system. Being able to report on the environmental performance of our buildings is becoming increasingly important. This module collates the data of scopes 1, 2, and 3 required for ESG reporting, which is typically a very onerous task. We can then export the data into spreadsheets to share our green performance. Net zero starts by digitalizing building energy usage. Thank you for listening.